Okay, so my quote is from the last stanza of T.S. Eliot's Little Gidding. We shall not cease from exploration, and the end of all our exploring will be to arrive where we started, and know the place for the first time, through the unknown, remembered gate, when the last of earth left to discover is that which was the beginning. At the source of the longest river, the voice of the hidden waterfall and the children in the apple tree. Not known because not looked for, but heard, half heard, in the stillness between two waves of the sea. Quick now, here now, always. A condition of complete simplicity, costing not less than everything, and all shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well, when the tongues of flame are enfolded into the crowned knot of fire, and the fire and the rose are one. Much of T.S. Eliot's poetry was influenced by the culture produced from both World War I and II. He tends to take a melancholy, almost hopeless tone as he analyzes the age and the general worldview of the current generation. His pieces, The Hollow Men, The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock, and The Wasteland give evidence to this. But the four quartets, written in the midst of World War II, though continuing his habit of taking a grim tone, ends on a note of hope, even joy, in the final section, Little Gidding. It is well known that Eliot was well educated and had a profound understanding of Western civilization. In each of his major poems, he alludes to both works from the Western canon and to the Bible. The Four Quartets is no stranger to this. In his discussion of the repetition of history and seemingly ceaselessness of time, he references Ecclesiastes. When he describes and analyzes midwinter spring, he imitates Chaucer. But the most evident allusion is found in the last stanza of Little Gidding, where he recreates Dante's The Divine Comedy and emphasizes the hope that Dante sought to convey. The line, "We shall not cease from exploration," notes the ascending journey of Dante and Virgil, and later Dante and Beatrice. It accentuates Paradiso in that one is ever climbing upwards, reaching higher and higher states of the divine. Furthermore, the final step from purgatory into paradise was the Garden of Eden, which Eliot reminds one of with, "At the source of the longest river, the voice of the hidden waterfall and the children in the apple tree, not known because not looked for, but heard, half heard, in the stillness between two waves of the sea." The garden was nature in its unbroken, unfallen state, the source of the longest river, the voice of the hidden waterfall. Though nature has been marred by the sins of man, it, as Gerard Manley Hopkins also notes, continues to reflect God. That beauty, that piece of himself that God poured into his creation remains, heard, half heard, in the stillness between two waves of the sea. In Through the Unknown Remembered Gate, when the last of earth left to discover is that which was the beginning, Eliot calls one back to the Inferno. The West in the 1940s, which is when Little Gidding was written, was ending an era of imperialism. Almost every part of the world was discovered, explored, and civilized. Eliot here is making the claim that the last of earth left to discover is that which was at the beginning, man and his nature. It is through the gates of hell and into the Inferno where Dante analyzes or discovers the nature of man. Rather than ending with further commentary on Paradiso, Eliot chooses to discuss Purgatorio with, "And all shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well, when the tongues of flame are enfolded into the crowned knot of fire, and the fire and the rose are one." All shall be well when one submits to the fire of purgatory, which, unlike the fire of the Inferno, is purifying, not destructive. Because once one emerges through the flames of purgatory, he enters paradise. The fire that purified him is now what vivifies him, as the fire and the rose are one. Whereas the preceding parts of the poem discuss time, the nature of fallen man, the immediate moment, and the limitations of verbal expression, the end of Little Gidding chooses to focus on the progress of the human soul, the journey from brokenness to grace, and the acknowledgement of transcendent hope and truth.